Welcome to The Gathering Road. Each week we visit with courageous adventurers who've decided to leave their comfort zone and take a gamble, whether that's going to the other side of the planet or just across town. I'm Elaine Masters, a travel writer, yoga teacher, and scuba diver, but my passion is helping you get where you're going feeling great. Visit tripwellness.com for tips and travel-ease, books, and audio. Now, if I can't be traveling, I love trading stories with travelers. So get comfy. There's someone I want you to meet. My guests are Aaron and Karine Hirschhorn, the founders of Dog Vacay, a new service that matches traveling dog owners with dog sitters. Now, every year, over 80% of vacationing dog owners board their dogs at kennels, and Dog Vacay offers pet owners something more personalized, whether they need a dog sitter due to work obligations, emergencies, or while they're traveling on the road. Welcome, Karine and Aaron.
Thank you so much. We're so excited to be on the show.
Thanks for having us.
Now, you both have lived in many different places around the country, and Karine, I know that you've taken some international trips. Did you come up with the idea for Dog Vacay while you were traveling with your own pets?
It's exactly right. Aaron and I were doing a ton of traveling, and every time we had to leave town, it just broke our hearts to put Rocky and Rambo in the kennel. Our two dogs are Rocky and Rambo. They're best buds, and they just didn't love to be stuck in crates all day, particularly because they're young and active. So we found this wonderful trainer who boarded dogs in her own home, and it was a really great experience for us and for the dogs. The dogs came back happy and relaxed. So we started to do the same thing out of our own home, and our friends and our family started to really spread the word, and it really grew organically. We had a community of dog lovers who just loved the idea, loved how happy it made their dogs to stay with us, and we started to build this community very organically, and it evolved into a community that is offered on a national level, which is DogVacay.com. So now anywhere in the country, you can sign up and host dogs in your own home. If you are a professional pet sitter or an experienced but casual dog lover with a lot of love and the right environment for a dog.
And so she's being modest, but we ended up doing this out of our own home, and over the course of a year, boarded or hosted over 100 dogs, and really learned all the tips and tricks to make a great experience, how to make it great for the dogs in our own home as well as the guest dogs, and that's what really got this started. And after that experience, we said to ourselves, well, what can we do to make this a national business? Because nothing like this exists, and people are clamoring for an alternative to the kennel. They're expensive. Your dog's in a cage most of the day, and this is a completely different option, which not only is a better experience for the dogs, but can also be a lot more affordable.
And it sounds like with that experience of over 100 dogs in your home over the course of the year, you really know what to look for in the pet sitters that you find.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, while our platform, our website, DogVacay.com, is open to the public and it's completely free to create a profile to host and completely free to browse and find great dog sitters, we do a lot of work to screen and qualify our hosts. And this includes phone interviews, reference checking, videos with instructional tests, detailed questionnaire, and then also we have a master insurance policy, so everybody's covered, including the hosts and all the dogs that they watch. We provide photo updates, phone emergency support, and we have a partnership with VCA Antec, which is the largest veterinary group in the country, to help out as well. So all of this put together, we believe we're finding the best people and supporting it with this national company.
It sounds like Rocky and Rambo love to travel with you now.
They go on their own vacay. So like we're going to New York this weekend, and they'll be staying with one of the hosts that we found on the site. So they get a vacay of their own.
Now, are you finding out that more hotels and inns or B&Bs are becoming more accommodating to people traveling with pets?
Yes, there certainly are some, but I'll tell you that Aaron and I planned an anniversary trip and we planned it exclusively around hotels and B&Bs that would accommodate our pets. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, in California, where everywhere is supposedly very dog-friendly, we were really limited, and it actually made planning the trip a lot more difficult than we had expected. And what would have been nice is really the Dog Vacay alternative, so that we could have traveled to any city that we wanted, been able to pick our dogs up during the day, but maybe if we wanted to stay at a nicer hotel, we could have dropped the dogs off at a local host. And so that's another angle, which is for pet owners who are, say, driving cross-country or traveling nationally, they can still find hosts in the areas they're traveling to and still be able to play with them during the day or pick them up for a walk, but not have to be burdened with figuring out only the one hotel that has pet accommodations. Because while some of them are pet-friendly, they're not exclusively pet-friendly, so maybe they only have one or two rooms that are pet-friendly.
And that's what I was thinking of, too. I have friends who've traveled with pets, and they planned, again, to have their dog taken care of at a hotel, but they were full.
Exactly.
In terms of the rooms that you could get, and then it's very expensive if you want to bring your dog.
Exactly. So that ends up being a $25 to $50 surcharge per dog, and at that point, why would I want to leave my dog in a hotel room all day when they can stay at a beautiful ranch where they get to run and play with other dogs? Trust me, they're not going to miss us so much,
Right. And there's the other end of it, is when you come back from a trip and you've had your pet at a kennel, there's an adjustment period.
That's right, too. We've noticed that probably the greatest feedback we received when we were doing it ourselves, and why people are so excited about the DogVacay.com site now, is the way they receive their pets when they come back. So when you take your dog to a kennel, he's in a cold, sterile environment that's very loud. For a dog that's a little bit more anxious, a little bit younger, a little bit older, that kind of environment is really scary and creates a lot of anxiety. Whereas they can also sort of undo a lot of the training and trust that's been going on with the pet parent. Whereas if they go to a host on our site, a lot of them have backgrounds as animal trainers or have been doing this for years, so they really respect what you do and what your rules are in your home. If you say no jumping on furniture, that means that your dog doesn't get to jump on furniture in their home either. If you say this is when we walk him, this is when we feed him, then they oblige, because they know that that makes for the easiest transition for your pet and for you, so you're not coming back to a dog that's completely different, And
I'll add, there are some great kennels out there. We're not saying that all kennels are bad. A lot of them, especially here in California, have cage-free areas and do a lot more screening, and those are great. But I think a fundamental difference is when your dog is on vacay on our site, he comes back tired and happy, whereas from a traditional kennel comes back hyper and maybe a little bit off. And so that's really what we're promoting.
Another thing, too, is that I was surprised to see that the average number of dog enclosures at a mid-sized boarding facility, a mid-sized, is 62.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if you're leaving your dog with one of your sitters, they're getting a much less impact of a crowd situation.
Yeah, absolutely. And in fact, we have hosts and customers who do one dog only. So we've got some hosts who don't have time for a dog because they work, all the time during the week, or maybe had a dog who passed away, and they say, we'll only take one dog at a time, maybe only on the weekends. And similarly, we have customers who say, I want someone to watch my dog, but not with any other dogs around.
Right.
We can even accommodate that need. So you're truly getting, a single person to give your dog individual attention, 3 walks a day, lots of play, and it works for everybody, because we're giving someone who doesn't have a dog a chance to have one, and we're filling that need for the dog owner as well.
That's so sweet. I'm sure that people listening are saying, why aren't you doing this for cats or other pets too?
Well, we do own CatVacay.com and PetVacay.com.
Okay.
So that is part of our growth plan. And I will say that currently, because dog lovers are traditionally animal lovers, we have plenty of hosts that can accommodate the needs of other types of pets. Since we are so new on a national level, we're really focusing on the dog boarding need because it's such a pain point for so many customers. And with this summer travel season coming up, we want to address it and also figure out what the other needs are for other types of pets, and so that we can work that into our framework, come this fall.
That's great. Now, you both have quite a varied background. Did you ever picture yourselves starting a business and being involved in this?
It's funny because I have I've been traditionally trained in more creative media. So for me, I come at everything from a very creative space. I have very big ideas. And Aaron has a very analytical mind, and he comes from a financial background. So luckily, it's been extremely complementary strengths. We're able to sort of shed light on the other person's vision, and it's been really great because we both love our dogs so much, and having that sort of commonality helps us look at the Dog Vacay community and our growth in a bigger way than if it was just him and I. And I come from a very entrepreneurial family. Aaron also went to one of the finest business schools. So together we also have a really great sense of how business can impact the needs of a community, which I think is what we're trying to manifest with Dog Vacay.
Because I know, Aaron, you've been involved with a number of startups, so this is probably just par for the course for you, too.
No, this is a real pet project. Ha, ha, ha.
We're working our tails off.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if people want to become pet sitters, can they get hold of you somehow?
Absolutely. I mean, really, you go to the website, DogVacay.com, and you can click a link at the top right that says Become a Host, and there's a short application process, and then we'll follow up with a phone call and interview. And there's plenty of information on the site as well about how it works, what you can look for, what you can expect, and we hope that that's a great resource for everybody. Even if you don't want to host, you can go to the site and browse hundreds of sitters in your area. We offer not just dog boarding, but walking, training, daycare, all with really experienced people in your neighborhood, and 100% satisfaction guarantee.
And, we have a money-back guarantee as well, which he didn't mention earlier, but it's a really important part of why we stand, of the fact that we stand really behind our brand, and we want to instill trust and safety in everything that we do. Also, DogVacay.com was designed with the mindset that this should be an extremely user-friendly experience for everybody involved. So to sign up, it only takes a few minutes. You can sign up through your Facebook profile. You can also save information about your dog so that every time you have to book a home boarding stay, or you can also now book walking and training sessions with some of our hosts through the concierge. All of your dog's information is saved, so it's not a constant battle of where was that paperwork, right. And it's become a really, really easy experience for everybody that we're continuing to improve upon.
Well, I congratulate you on launching such a helpful business, and I can just imagine this is going to keep growing.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah. Well, I've been talking with Aaron and Karine Hirschhorn, the founders of Dog Vacay, and you can find out more at DogVacay.com. Thank you both for joining us. Thanks for joining me, and come back next week as we explore more stories on the Gathering Road. And if you're going to be traveling anytime soon, get where you're going feeling great with Drive Time Yoga. The safe, simple, and road-tested techniques will help you arrive ready to work, ready to play. Then check out Fly Time Yoga too, drivetimeyoga.com, and our blog, tripwellness.com. And this is Elaine Masters, your fellow traveler on the Gathering Road.